Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Algorand. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous Algorand update, feel free to check that out. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen to get more context. And without further ado, let's jump straight into the charts. Taking a look at Algorand on the daily chart, as you can see from the high in November 2021 to the low in June of 2021, the Fib gave us a few targets, a few extension levels to the downside. And as you can see, we went as low as the 2.272 at 0.0972 cents. And we've laid out this Fib a long time ago, even before we got to the technical target at the 1.618 Fib at 26 cents. So if you started buying here and you continued dollar cost averaging in as you got lower and lower and you put even more money at the lower prices, your average buying price potentially is around 15 cents or so. And if that is the case, yes, you did miss out these absolute bottom prices, but no one is promising you to catch the bottom prices. But if you have your average buying price as 15 cents, let's say, then back to the all-time high, you're looking at 1,866%. And if we assume that we are going to be breaking above that all-time high price, and let's say we're going to be getting to $6 or so, you could be looking at roughly 4,000% to the upside. That is insane. In a few years, that is a lot of money. So if you know how to properly get out of markets, then you are going to be making a lot of money. Now, I do have Algorand as well. It's one of my bigger positions, I think in my top 10, maybe top 15 in my portfolio. But the average buying price, I think, is around 18 cents, if I'm not mistaken, or 17 cents. I'll have to double check, but around that price. And I am a bit of a loss right now, but that's no big deal as we're not planning to sell anytime soon. Now, a good thing that's happening right now is the fact that we're finally breaking out of this massive channel down pattern that we've entered in April 2022. So we've been in that pattern since April, and we went up and down, up and down, up and down until we started printing this little bottoming structure, this sideways channel, and this is the accumulation phase. And this is where you started big players or anyone who wanted to enter started entering from August 2023 until October, and now we're starting to break out. So everyone who sold here is now gonna get the FOMO feeling, and he's gonna start buying in at these higher prices, and that will push the price higher. But obviously, we're gonna start seeing some retracements sooner rather than later. I don't think we're gonna be pumping and doing a 500x in just a few weeks. Now, it is possible that we are gonna reach 14.68 cents here, which is the second Fib level, before we see a retracement. So we're gonna retest the previous level of support as resistance. We have a move back down, but we're gonna be printing a higher low. And that is going to be the start of this uptrend that we're going to be building into 2024. So if you haven't entered Algorand, to be honest with you, even the current prices are okay to enter, but you are a bit overextended. So maybe wait until you drop back down to the 20 EMA, to the 55 EMA, or if you are going to be coming back down to this yellow support trend line that we held as support in August and in July. And that is roughly, let me get that for you, that is roughly 10.5 cents. So 10.5 cents is going to be a great entry point for anyone looking to buy Algorand. So feel free to set up some buy limit orders in advance. But we don't want to be coming back down into the channel down pattern. If Bitcoin continues pumping, I think it's very likely that we will not be coming back down into that pattern, which is a good thing. And as you all know, with channel down patterns, you are typically breaking to the upside, right? When it's the opposite, when you have a channel up pattern, then you typically break to the downside. But here in a channel down pattern, you're continuously going down and down and down, hitting your head on the same level of resistance until you start breaking out. Now, I do want to take a look at the weekly chart just so we can have a better look on the long-term picture. And before we continue with the video, I quickly want to mention my Patreon that's linked down below in the description. If you enjoy my content, you want to get more exclusive content, and you want to support me at the same time, definitely feel free to check out the Patreon, because you're going to get a 7-day free access on my Patreon and an instant access to all of my content since October 2021, which is when I started. You'll get access to content like exclusive weekly podcasts, and we're starting to invite guests already. We have 40 plus low cap gem posts. We have a bunch of project reviews. We have a bunch of resources that are going to help you save time and make more money with this upcoming bull market. So this is definitely a great exchange of value for the both of us. And once again, there's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. You can leave anytime, and let's continue with the video. Taking a look at Algorand on the weekly chart, as you can see, we have this massive green support block from 0.1676 down to 11.17 cents, and this was a massive support block based on this low in December 2022 and this low in March 2020, which was the COVID dump capitulation. We did get slightly below that block, as you can see, but now we are breaking back into it. We are breaking above this teal resistance trend line, which has been affecting us since December 2021. So for 2 years, this was a massive resistance level. Every time you come up to it, you get rejected. You come up to it, you get rejected, and so on and so forth. And right now, there's enough bullish momentum. We're starting to break out, and that is a good sign. We are also breaking above the 20 MA on the weekly. If you take a look at the yellow moving average here, you're breaking above that on this small little fib that we have. If I can set it up properly here. As you can see, we took the high in June and took the low in June as well, and we got all the way down to the second fib level, our capitulation target here at 0.089 cents. And if you entered there, good for you, congratulations. If not, like I said, still good prices in my opinion. You could potentially wait until you drop back down to these local highs from August 2023 and back test them as support. That would also align with the 20 EMA on the weekly and the 786 fib here at 11.5 cents. But if you want to gradually start buying in, that's fine. And, having your average buy-in at 12 cents is an amazing entry point, in my opinion. Even though you did miss this, not everyone is going to be able to buy there, but you're still getting in very, very early. And once we start breaking above that local high that we printed in June, we are going to have some targets to the upside. So if you want to set this up properly, we can take a fib and just see what our targets could look like before the end of the year. So we could be looking at the 1.618 here, which is the technical target at 17.5 cents roughly. So we're essentially going to be back testing this December 2022 low as resistance. That's what I think is going to be happening unless we go ultra bullish. And from where we are right now, that is another 32%. So we'll see how fast we can get there, but that's definitely going to be a resistance level for us to back test. As you can see, we did have a move down there in December 2022, and we briefly thought that that was the bear market bottom, but not so fast. We dumped even further down. So once we back test that as resistance and we have a pullback from there, I think, once we start breaking out of this green, massive green block, then we're going to be looking even more bullish. And once we break above this October, or I should say November 2022 high, I think we are going to be targeting the all-time highs in 2024. But we need to break above this November 2022 high. That is going to be a massive level of resistance for us, and that is a very important point for us to break, because as you can see, once you had the move to the downside, you retested this level at 40 cents a few times, and then you had a strong rejection from that zone, a strong rejection. So we need to see a lot of buying pressure coming into play. If we fail to break it on the first or second go, we might do it on the third go. But that's too far out into the future, so let's not get carried away too much here. If we take a look at the weekly RSI, we have this red support block that I gave you months ago, and I told you this would be a good area for you to dollar cost average into Algorand at, and we retested this level multiple times, and we were sitting down here in October and September, and then we started moving to the upside. we had a very nice back test of support, and off we go. So I don't know if we're going to be coming back down specifically to that red block, but you know, there are a few points you can target here. For example, this low here in October last year and in March this year. As you can see, if we add a price tag at 38.15, that's going to be a nice level for us to retest if we're going to be seeing a healthy retracement, a healthy pullback. That's when you want to enter. The stochastic is already getting overbought. We may stay above the overbought for a few weeks, so we'll see how things play out. But we're definitely starting to see some, you know, strong candles for Algorand, which is unusual because this coin was suffering a lot because of the Fed and sorry, not the Fed, the SEC calling it a security and so on and so forth. But right now it looks bullish. I'm not going to say that we're going to be getting, you know, to $10, $15 as of right now, but this is definitely an altcoin that I will be holding until the end of the bull market. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Let me know if you managed to enter at these lows below 9 cents, because we were targeting this block on the RSI and we were targeting this fib. I don't remember if I showed you this fib on the previous video, but I think I did. So 0.089 cents was your nice bottom there. And if your average buying price is anywhere below that, congratulations. And let me know what are your long-term targets for Algorand as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. Stay safe and have a great day.